nothing soft about broomstick.
You seem in a bit of a stew, Miss Hardbroom.
Strictly speaking, Miss Drill, the cats have no purpose whatsoever. Strictly speaking, a witch could fly in a helicopter, but it would hardly inspire confidence.
Well, Pentangle's Academy have owls, don't they? On broomsticks?
We've been talking about this cat presentation, headmistress, and I think, some of us think...
Miss Bat and I think it's very unfair that Mildred isn't getting a kitten.
She isn't ready. She was up at midnight last night, jumping up and down on her bed.
Well, that's more than I can get her to do in PE. There were 3 of them. I saw them on the way to the celebrations and then again on my way back, lurking between the trees.
What, Miss Drill? 3 what?
Witches!
It was Halloween, Miss Drill. There were quite a few witches about.
They were shifty. I didn't like the look of them at all.
I suppose they had long, warty noses and green skin.
Oh, Miss Hardbroom! You're not a frog, then?
No.
Potion, and then Mole got them to chase.
Miss Drill, can you vouch for any of this?
I can indeed. The first part, certainly. We agreed no witchcraft.
I waved him out of my way, that's all.
Having asked him if he wanted turning into a blob of green slime. He spent the rest of the journey trembling in the toilet.
Which was both inconvenient and unnecessary, a complete overreaction.
We are a long way from home, Miss Hardbroom. It is very easy to give people the wrong impression. Perhaps if you changed into something more normal...
I have agreed, Miss Drill, that in the great outdoors you are in charge. I have agreed that there shall be no magic for the duration of the trip. I will not agree to forsake the cloth of my calling and parade about half-dressed. I've left my broomstick behind. What more do you want? What do you think?
Do you understand?
Extraordinarily well-behaved ordinary girls. And on your own head be it.
And on with your...
Agreed to.
I beg your pardon, Miss Drill. Young man, I have been patient. There's plenty of fraternization going on out there, but precious little sign of any decamping. We hired the site first, it's getting late, and your group will just have to move on.
Who is that woman?
Maiden aunt.
Eccentric maiden aunt. You've come along for the good of your health and to chaperone the girls. It means you get the luxury of the cabin while I get the spare tent. I've explained it to the girls. They understand perfectly. Serge and the Rockies are
on first-name terms already, are we?
Are a really nice bunch. They've agreed for us to share the camp with...
Our camp?
Oh! I've had to tell Serge that you trained in some strange oriental art of silent running. We agreed...
I know, but a flagrant disregard of everything.
We agreed...
Our girls are not ordinary girls, and it's no use pretending they are. This will all end in tears.
We agreed
that you were to be in charge. How was I to know that you were going to pass on your authority to some immature young man?
Share my authority. It's give and take. The democracy of the great outdoors. Today we share in their activities, tomorrow they share in ours.
Very well. A promise is a promise. Carry on your own sweet way. There'll be no more magic from me. Not even if you get down on your knees and beg for it. Oh, yes, it's magic, all right. Girls up to their old tricks again.
Yes,
it's the double Foster's effect. They're casting the same spell on each other at the same time. But it's not a case of 2 + 2 = 4. Oh, no. It's 2 times 2 times 2 ad infinitum. It'll carry on doubling up on its own now. We could end up with a blizzard that covers, theoretically speaking, the entire universe.
Ooh. You've got to help us.
Ooh. Have I?
The girls' lives could be in danger, Miss Hardbroom.
Then it is you and Mr. Dubois who have put them in that danger.
Whatever you say, just do a spell to stop the blizzard.
Oh, a spell? A magic spell?
Before it's too late. I don't know what you want me to say, Miss Hardbroom. Be in charge. Please, be in charge again. If you want me to get down on my knees, Miss Hardbroom, I will do.
Whew, it's getting worse out there. I don't know what you expect your aunt to do. I've been trying calling for help, but I can't seem to get through to anybody. I'm gonna go back and see if I could get him out. You coming?
Is she all right?
Yes. I think she's just dozed off.
Far away in the land of Nod.
Well, thank goodness for that.
She looks like it does things.
So I see. I hope it isn't going to do them too often.
How are the new girls?
Meek as lambs. Although I can't vouch for those two you sent off with Mildred. It's year 2 that concerns me. I can sense something undisciplined sprouting amongst the second years, and it needs rooting out. I would suggest, Headmistress, that Miss Gimlet...
Gone?
Inner Hebrides.
Miss Gimlet needed to recover from a state of nervous exhaustion.
Brought on, no doubt, by the mere thought of a year with Mildred Hubble. We'll need an immediate replacement.
Well, Miss Cackle.
I've never had the chance to be a class tutor, Miss Campbell.
Neither have I.
In summer camp. Early morning PE and group motivation. That's what those second years need.
I believe that when I see it.
Seeing sense, Miss Bat, is not your strong point.
No? Well, I can see something that nobody else can.
What's that, Miss Pat?
Out.
But Miss Cackle said we should.
Obviously need a proper fire practice now that the new alarm is working at last, with everyone warned and prepared for it to happen.
Shouldn't it be a surprise?
I don't mean announce the exact time.
Very well. So where is she?
Nobody seems to know.
She didn't attend my potions class.
Silly girl. She doesn't do herself any favours.
It looked...
What's that?
What? How did it... Oh, better catch it. We don't want it jumping around the school. That way.
Mildred and Ethel over this ridiculous feuding. I've given them both 500 lines, but it hardly seems adequate. Ethel should know better than to contravene the witch's code by changing one of her classmates into an amphibian. And no sooner does Mildred start on this special programme of duties we've given her than she gets herself mixed up in something foolish like this.
Can we open the post before we deal with disciplinary matters?
Finding a punishment for Ethel shouldn't be too hard, but shouldn't we be carrying out our threat to put Mildred back down to the...
All junk mail and catalogues these days.
We do need to discuss this, Miss Cap.
Ready? Remember, Chief Wizard Hellebore has not always seen Cackle's Academy at its best. It would be nice for once to try and give him a good impression. Are the...
Well primed, Miss Cackle. As soon as the bell sounds, they will come down from their rooms and queue up outside the Great Hall in orderly lines.
Alert and eager, Miss Cackle.
Cackle!
For an immediate inspection by off...
Brink of what?
Failure.
Let's not get melodramatic. Apparently Off-Witch has received reports of goings-on.
What sort of goings-on? Inspectors? But what are they anyway but failed old witches themselves?
If this inspector doesn't think we're achieving the standards required by the Witches' Guild, she can cut off our gas.
Gas?
Have to close the school.
But there's no need to be negative. We should treat this as an opportunity. None of us would claim. I wonder what Bat and Drill are up to.
Hey! Miss! Constance and Amelia are cheating!
Boys and girls mix much more freely nowadays.
Not.
Segregation is an outdated idea.
Call me old-fashioned if you wish, but I think girls perform much better on their own. Put the sexes together and you get, well, all sorts of distractions.
Slug.
A little sexist, Miss Hardbroom.
Oh, don't use that jargon at me.
That would solve everyone's problems. Don't you agree?
But Miss Cackle, their number's up, don't you?
And Rhoda with her guns and masks.
Put the jug down, please, Miss Bat.
Is everything all right, Miss Hardbroom?
It's the second years, Mildred Hubble and her sidekicks. They seem to be suffering.
The first years are having trouble too.
The weather doesn't help.
What they need is a diversion.
They're diverted enough. What they need.
Something up-tempo, physically focused, a real high-energy sport.
How about ice hockey?
At my old school, Haversham High used to have a basketball team.
I'm sure there are all sorts of things you used to have, Miss Drill, but Cackle's Academy for Witches is not Haversham High.
Cackles, cackles, we're sublime for the academy.
They haven't had a basketball team.
See that you do!
You seem to be in good spirits.
Well, yes, I suppose girls have simply accepted the need for discipline and dedication to their work.
I shall be interested for you to meet Miss Pike.
Miss who?
Miss Pike, Haversham sports mistress. She's always going on about dedication and discipline. She'll be coming tomorrow with the Haversham girls.
I shall look forward to meeting her too, then.
Your girls, just as we would any other team. And there'll be a return match at Haversham.
But we'd need to be told the rules.
Oh, very well, then I'll be the referee. Time.
She's a bit unyielding at times, isn't she?
Yes. Look, I'll call you...
Miss Drill, could I have a word?
That's it! I've had enough. I'm resigning.
What on earth's the matter, Imogen?
Constance Harbram, the way she talks to me.
All right, calm down, dear. What's all this about?
The third years were disco dancing and Constance accused me of joining in with them. I mean, why would I do that? It's completely ridiculous. Ever since I came to Cackle, she's treated me as though I were one of the pupils. Well, this is the last straw. I'm leaving immediately.
Imogen, you can't do that. I mean, where would you go?
Oh, don't worry, Miss Cackle. I was offered a job during the holidays.
Were you? What sort of job?
At my boyfriend's adventure centre.
You mean you give up teaching?
Miss Cackle, it's what I've always wanted. Being in the outdoors, hang gliding, rock climbing, skiing in the winter, being more with Serge, of course.
I see, so you're serious.
Of course I'm serious!
Right. I think I'd better have a word with Constance. Don't move.
Allow me.
She's very upset, Constance.
She's overreacting. She'll see sense once she calms down. She's been very independent-minded since she returned from the holidays. And she's not the only one suffering from that.
Listen, I apologise if you've been given a false impression, dear. Constance and I think you're an excellent teacher, don't we?
Yes, of course.
If Constance got the wrong end of the stick about the dancing, well, that's very unfortunate. She certainly didn't intend to put you down. It won't happen again, will it?
No, Miss Cackle.
Why don't you give yourself a bit more time? This is a big decision.
All right. I'll think it over.
At least this way she won't have left by tomorrow. Gives us time to find a replacement.
If we need to.
Right.
I still think she'll stay. It's all attention-seeking. It's what happens when you employ a non-witch in a witch school.
Is that what you think, Constance Hardbram?
What?
So much for not putting me down. Well, the truth's out now, isn't it?
Imogen, now you've done it. There's Imogen. Oh dear, has she got a problem?
I don't know, but I think we should find out.
Hello, Miss Brill. Is something the matter?
2 girls have gone missing, I'm afraid.
Which ones?
Ruby Cherry Tree and Jadoo Wally.
Well, that's par for the course.
Where were they last seen?
Right here. The route is perfectly easy to follow. I can't see how they could have got lost.
Have you considered the possibility that they might have sneaked off? I don't suppose they were the keenest pupils out here this morning, were they?
No, Miss Harbram, you could say that.
I think you should take Enid back before she catches her death of cold.
Very well, Miss Cackle.
Leave the missing 2 to us. Come along, Constance.
What can one possibly learn climbing a mound of earth?
Coordination, self-esteem, a love of nature, team spirit, possibly even a bit of geology.
Not to mention an interest in cream buns. Far better that they focus their minds on loftier pursuits.
Not round here, anyway.
Then we have your permission?
A good, invigorating climb. Sounds so refreshing that I think I'll tag along.
You, Miss Cackle? But it's a hill. A steep hill. Splendid. I'll tell the girls that we'll set out tomorrow after breakfast.
Well, there's another.
Another what, Miss Cackle?
Another inquiry from a prospective parent. All this publicity on the airwaves is having an effect, Miss Harbroom. Like it or not.
I do not, Miss Cackle, like it at all. What kind of parent is interested in a school just because it's on the ring?
The girls working hard at spells and potions all day, every day for a week, being successful because that is what's been happening.
I would thank you when he arrives to act as if I wasn't here.
Miss Harbroom gives her apologies, but she has quite enough on her plate already.
You! I had no idea. I'm...
Well, I say good luck to her.
And I say she'll need it.
She gets the rickety old chair.
So much for support.
Am I to understand then that this ludicrous potion lesson was your idea, Miss Crotchet?
Well, it wasn't mine. Although I did suggest the outdoors.
Right, girls, get into line. Check you have everything you need.
The dragon! I've had some dealings with her in my time, but this is the limit.
Is something the matter, Constance?
I'll say there is.
Mistress Broomhead has been going through my teaching records. She thinks they show glaring deficiencies.
Deficiencies?
Yes, my lesson plans aren't thorough enough. What right has she to say that? I get the best results of virtually every potion teacher in the country. The only failures I've ever had, I've weeded out. Work harder and more efficiently. I just don't like the way she's going about imposing it.
And I don't like the way she's changing things behind Miss Cackle's back. It makes you wonder if she wants to take over permanently. There may be one way out. Plead with Miss Cackle to come back.
What?
Oh, we can't ask that. Can we?
A pumpkin is a stage prop. You are the stage manager.
Can't you magic one?
You can't turn a magic pumpkin into a magic coach.
Why not?
Because of the Foster's effect. Look, Miss Trill, I have no time to teach you elementary spellcasting. I am fairy godmothering in 1 minute and I do not have a pump. Have you no idea how magic works, Miss...
Feels as if no one in the world cares for me at all. And while my selfish sisters dance the night away, I am left to scour...
Marvellous! Well done, everyone. Miss Crotchet, would you do a head count? Make sure everyone's arrived.
Yes.
I've heard of cases like it, Constance. Common women in the constant company of witches, spontaneously acquiring witchly powers.
Old wives' tales, surely, Miss Cackle.
But there must be some explanation.
Are you really certain she was doing magic? It wasn't some trick of the light?
Judge for yourself, Constance.
Miss Cackle, look what Imogen's done. It's true, she really has gained witchy powers.
Clearly, you see, Constance.
Yes, Miss Cackle.
You realise what this means, don't you? She's become one of us.
I can't believe it. There's so much I can do. It's like an impossible dream made real. Aeratus, impregnatus, res inflatus, omnes flatus.
All right, Imogen, I think you've proved your point.
Are we going to have to tell the school about this?
Yes, of course, Constance. We're going to have to celebrate. Mark this happy occasion with a big event. Call the whole school together and give Imogen a full witch investiture.
Miss Cackle, could I have a word?
What is it, Constance?
I don't want to be a stick in the mud, but perhaps we should handle this with caution. Whatever's going on here, it's clearly out of the ordinary. I think we should put Imogen through 1 or 2 tests before we get carried away and start arranging investitures. At the very least, we have to be sure she really is a witch.
Are you talking about me?
I did it!
Constance, she's a witch. Can't be much doubt about it.
So, do I get my investiture? Why not? It's in the witch's code, isn't it? Well, shouldn't we observe it?
I think you'll find that not even the most zealous witch these days sticks to every letter of the witch's code.
Then what's the point of it? How can we foster the spirit of witchcraft if we're sloppy?
Well,
speaking of which, Constance, should you really be buying your herbs in jars?
excuse me.
It's a little lazy, isn't it? Ordering deliveries from Hogs and Horrocks. I thought potions had to be made from herbs which were freshly picked.
Well, if you don't like it, Miss Hemlock, perhaps you'd better go and pick some herbs yourself.
All right, Constance.
Very well, Miss Harborough. I'll round up some girls and do just that. Tomorrow, at the crack of dawn. Left, right, left.
No, don't drink it! It's a poison those wicked girls have been fooling you with. No!
Inimica, sister, stop us, resist us. Nothing. Nothing. Power's gone already.
Yeah! But the school term most certainly...
Oh, it's just high stilts. I remember when I finished exams, I needed to let my hair down.
Then we must have had very different needs, Miss Drill. Miss Cackle!
Not now, Constance. I'm already late for my spell start.
This is the most difficult third year we've ever had at the Academy, and I'm afraid Miss Drill is partly responsible.
Ridiculous!
This whole idea of yours of allowing them their own space, their smuggler's den under the library.
The dangerous old book society.
A complete failure!
They love it!
Yes, that's because they're allowed to get away with whatever they want down there.
They learn independence.
They learn willful disobedience. They have become wild and rebellious, almost like teenagers.
You can't check every face, especially when the whole school's there. Besides, Fenny and Grizz did sound exactly like them.
The sooner those two get off to Weird Sister College, the better. Now are you convinced?
I'm convinced you're making a mountain out of a molehill.
I don't need to. The mole is by far the more dangerous.
And creatures.
Moles dig holes. They undermine.
You just don't want to let them grow up.
Oh, but I do. I want them to grow up immediately, without all that revolting teenage business in between. Who knows what they're up to out there?
They've probably gone to Cozy's Cafe for some cream cakes and lemonade.
Miss Cackle's already checked on Cozy's. But wherever those young birds have flown off to, there's a little surprise waiting for them. Back in their nest.
Who won't?
She will. She must.
Oh, must she? Being a chanting teacher, I know what the score is. Percy, I will make a sensible suggestion, and everything will carry on. As usual.
Miss Cackle.
Why exactly have you summoned us here, Miss Hardbrun?
I think you know very well, Miss Drill.
Actually, I don't.
Have you seen or heard any of the girls in the last half hour?
Well, no.
They all keep well out of is to stay in bed.
They are not in bed. They are in here, planning a revolution, as we shall soon.
Please give yourself a chance to reconsider.
Miss Drill, are these the letters I think they are? They should have been sent to their parents yesterday.
I just haven't had the time, Constance.
I'll post them for you if you like.
Miss Cackle is perfectly capable of posting her own letters.
It will save Miss Cackle time if I do it.
A healthy walk to the postbox later this evening, or perhaps tomorrow morning. She may wish time to reconsider.
Miss Cackle has made her decision.
Constance, Imogen, I will post these letters.
Standing as head girl.
Yes, of course.
For pupil power, vote Maud for head girl. Jadu back into Cackles. What if she wins?
I consider that very unlikely, not against Ethel Hallow.
Is Ethel Hallow standing?
Well, they've been at Cackles.
This is going to be a free and fair election, isn't it? No magical multiplying voting cards or anything like that, or teachers telling pupils who to vote for.
We put an anti-cheating spell on the box.
Good idea.
There. That satisfy you?